So it's the end of my sophomore year of high school, and I'm about to do the scariest thing I've ever done at this point. I'm auditioning for the Madrigal Choir, and this really is the only chance I have to be in choir. So go up to the classroom, and I'm outside the door, and I'm reminding myself yesterday I had to promise my band teacher that I wouldn't quit band to join the choir. And because this Madrigal Choir was at a different time of day, this was it. It was all or nothing. Go in the room, and the room is way bigger than I expected. And it's like super cold, and there are students everywhere. There's got to be at least 100 students in here right now, and they're all looking at me, casting judgment. God only knows what they're thinking. And then in front of them is the teacher, who we will call Mr. Poker Face, because he's known for just his deadpan expressions, nothing ever. And then the piano, and then me. And he starts talking and he's saying something. I see his lips moving, and all I see is Amy Carey right there talking smack or saying something like, why is Jeremy here? He's never even been in choir. Why does he get to audition? And to be fair, she's right. I'd never been in choir, and I'm like, well, I'm in here now, right? I mean, it's probably more embarrassing to just turn around and run than it is to just see this thing through. So Mr. Duehring, what are you going to sing for us today? Startled me back to reality, and now I realize I'm not even really prepared. I don't know any of the songs. I don't know any of the things that they do. I'm not familiar with what they're doing here. And I just remember growing up, I'm thinking, oh my God, what am I going to sing? What am I going to sing? I remember growing up and singing with my dad as we would drive up north all the time. And we would sing end to end Sergeant Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, right? Of course, with the Beatles and anything else that you could imagine. And then in Sunday mornings, sing in church from the pews, of course, not in the choir, in the pews. And so I'd always wanted to be in the choir, and so this was it, right? So I'm here, got this opportunity. It's time to do this, right? And so, how about Amazing Grace or How Great Thou Art? Out of beat, Mr. Poker Face doesn't. I don't even think he looked. He just reached down, pulls the hymnal out from beyond the piano bench, and opens it up. Starts playing like he knew I was going to say it. It was like dog-eared in his book, right? Like he knew this was coming. And I'm like, how did he know this? How did he know this? And all I see now as he starts to play are all the students like eyes on me. Now more people are talking and whispering and saying stuff, and I got to get out of my head. So I close my eyes. Just gonna do what I'm used to do. I'm just gonna say it the way I'm used to, and so we go through this, and I'm waiting to see the reaction. Everybody's supposed to jump up and cheer, right? Nothing. And Mr. Pokerface hands me this piece of music I've never seen before and goes, "Time for some sight singing." uh, uh, okay. See how this goes. And now I don't know what I'm expecting to happen right now. This isn't it, right? And finish with that song, and no reaction. Just like, thank you for coming. You can leave now. Like, let me just get that out of my chest there. Dang, that hurt, right? Like, no idea what's happening. My stress is on an all-time high. And so I'm just like, God, that was awful, right? I expected to at least read it and, or read his emotions. Nothing. I just skulk out. A couple days later, I get a letter in a note passed to me in class. Says, come see me after school, signed Mr. Pokerface. I turn to my buddy who's in choir. I'm like, dude, what's this all about? I have no idea. Go down after school. I'm like, don't make eye contact with the choir people. Don't make eye contact with the choir people. It's right next to the band room. So when this is all over, I can just grab my trumpet and get out of there. It's the last day of school. So hopefully everyone will forget by fall. And I go in the classroom, and it's a lot smaller than I remember just 3 days ago. And teacher stand there, and he just looks me dead in the eyes and says, I can't let you in the madrigals. I'm going to put you in the advanced choir, and you can apply. You can audition again next year, but you're going to have to drop band. And at this point, I really was devastated. I'm sitting there hearing that the one opportunity I had has just been cast aside. And I knew I had just promised my band teacher I wouldn't do that. I'm sorry. That's just not going to work for me. Like for me, this was the opportunity I had, right? And it's for me, it was madrigals. It was all or nothing. Um, he kind of looks at me, broke his poker face a little bit. The brow starts furrowing, and he just like, well, maybe I'll have to make an exception. I guess I'll just have to put you in madrigals. What? What? Can you say that again? He says, well, the rest of the madrigals are coming down here about 10 minutes to rehearse before the summer, and you're in. So I just honestly, at that point, I didn't even know what was happening. I still to this day, I kind of look back at that and go, I'm not really sure what really was happening there. So, but flash forward 2 years, and I'm traveling around England with a choir, and I'm the featured soloist, and I'm singing in front of the Queen of England. And so now, when I think about the things that scare me or cause me nerves or make me think maybe I'm not ready for that, I remember that day, the end of my sophomore year, and I think, let's do this, all or nothing.